Welcome to Media Decoded. We like to get right to it, so let's do exactly that.
Dear child.
Dear child.
Dear child.
The reason we have to have this talk is because you are a black child in America.
It is. That's the reason you have to have this quote-unquote talk you're about to have. Other parents in America don't have to have this talk. I wonder why, if they don't have to have this talk. Let's explore this. Just real quick, for generations, parents that haven't instilled in their... Like, put it this way. If you are not 100% positive that your child is not going to resist arrest if they're ever arrested by police, then you need to have this talk. But it just so happens that most of the people who raise their children have the utmost confidence in their children that if they're ever in a position where the police are going to arrest them, that they will comply. And if there's ever any doubt that they're not going to comply, the parent's going to have this talk with them. White, black, green, doesn't matter.
I need you to know that, man, there's so many things going on in the world.
I won't lie to you, you're going to see some things that are going to break you down.
Yeah, I'd say watching your brother get shot on the way to school, or hanging out in your living room and your little sister who's 2 years old gets shot in the head from some gang violence, which, by the way, is killing 99.999% of blacks, while this unarmed black person getting killed by cops is literally 10 to 14 blacks a year, 10 to 14, literally less than those that get killed by lightning. Are you having the talk? You got to be scared of the lightning because it's actually more a danger to your child. The lightning is more dangerous to your child than police killing them for no reason.
If you are approached by police,
Just stay calm.
Don't fight back. Don't give any rebuttals.
Is this something that is unique to Black America? This is the unique talk that we have to have because there's so much racism? Is don't fight back? No rebuttals?
You have to understand, if you want to stay alive, you have to do what they say.
I think that's the case regardless of what color you are. I don't think this is unique to the black community. The police are literally sent by the government with the authority to use deadly force. Try being white or Hispanic or Asian and fighting them through tasers and grabbing a weapon. Try that. See how that works out for you. I don't care what color you are. This is not unique to blacks. This is something that every child should be raised knowing. And again, if you doubt somehow that your child doesn't know this, then welcome to responsible parenting, people. This is something you have to do and you should have been doing, but obviously this is not being done because every time we see one of these unarmed shootings, 100% of the time they are resisting arrest. That's white, black, or any color. Furthermore, what do you think is the cause of this? This thing where black community just seems to want to resist arrest every time. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that blacks are born out of wedlock to the tune of nearly 70%? That there's no authority figure in the home, so these black children are raised, they tell their teacher to F off, right? There's no consequences. And then the very first time they face a real authoritarian figure, the police, they're just not used to being told to anything, really. They're not used to complying. There's been no authority figure in their life to get them to respect authority. So the number one thing you can do is parent them well. Have a father in the home as a role model to teach them authority. Because what happens is these feral children wind up, the first time they have conflict with authority, they're fighting their ass off. What's a solution to that? Parenting.
because it could be the difference between me seeing you again and not seeing you again.
Sad to say, sometimes it may not even work. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, could you show me examples where there was literally no resisting and full compliance where someone was shot? I can show you about 10 versions of whites that did that, where a lady would call 911 because of an intruder, no criminal record whatsoever. The cops get to her house and they shoot her, and there's no intruder. So, and there was no resisting arrest, right? But name me one example, just one example, where someone didn't resist at all. I mean, even the case, and look, it's a sad killing, I get it, and probably not a definitely not a justified killing. But there was that black child walking home. He was very shy, but he definitely resisted arrest. So I just want to know the one example where there was no resisting, full compliance, and the cops killed him. I mean, this is complete false narrative being propagated here.
It may not work at all.
May not work at all. May not work at all. There's literally not one example. And if there were one, maybe there's one. But again, let's compare that to lightning strikes. Are you having the lightning strike talk? I mean, would be the most one-off ever if you totally complied with the police and they killed you. It's not happening.
Always stand with your head up and your shoulders back and be proud, and you are a warrior.
Always know that you are intelligent, beautiful, bright, and you have a future.
You have inherent worth in this society.
Yeah, this is all stuff that, I can't believe that you have to have this talk to tell your kids that. Again, everybody should be telling their kids this. Everybody should be telling their kids this since the beginning of time. This is not some sinful thing. I can't believe I got to tell my kid that he has value. Oh my God, I'm such a victim in this society. I've got to tell my kid that he has self-worth and that he can do anything. What a victim I am.
Regardless of what happens, because I don't know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, none of us know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, whenever. But what we know for sure, what we can guarantee our children, is if they don't resist arrest and fight the cops when they're trying to arrest them or make them comply, that they will not be killed. This we can guarantee our children.
I love you with all that I am. I will teach you how to walk in this life.
Oh my God, you poor thing. You have to teach your child how to walk through this life. The nerve of society placing such a burden on you that you've got to teach your child how to walk through this life. It's just amazing. I can't believe how racist and terrible our society is, that they place this unfair burden on you.
I love you. I believe in you.
Oh my God, I mean, I'm just so distraught. I honestly and sincerely, with the depth of my heart, can't believe that society has placed this burden on you to tell your child that you love them and believe in them. It's just so unfair. Okay, so we have complete propaganda video here. Let's also look, we just Google black parents, the talk, and here we have it. Black parents have always had to give their kids this talk. Oh my God, the talk, racism in the United States. Death shapes how black parents navigate the talk. Oh my God, black parents describe the talk they give the children. These poor black parents, I can't believe they're resignated to tell their children that they have self-worth, to not resist arrest, to not fight back if they're getting arrested. Are you kidding me? Welcome to responsible parenting, people. Get a grip. Again, I'll state, every parent in America, whatever their color is, if they think their child might be resisting arrest and fighting cops, they have the responsibility to tell their child, don't do it because you could get killed. It has nothing to do at all with race and nothing to do at all with being black, and yet even the DNC on their own website propagates this false narrative. How do we know it's false? Well, because the crime statistics show you that twice as many unarmed whites are killed, yet they commit not nearly the amount of crime. 40% less crime, even though they're, triple the population. So this small percentage of blacks is committing 60% of the violent crime and murders, right? But yet twice as many whites are being killed, and here we are. Unarmed man begs for life, shot by police. Widow of man by Arizona police who's killed by Arizona police speaks out. Dallas body camera shows the moment Tony Timpa, a white man, stopped breathing. This guy called the cops on himself, by the way, and he was a schizophrenic, hadn't taken his medication. When the police arrived, he was already in handcuffs, knelt on his back till he died. Unarmed white teen shot and killed by police, right? Man shot and killed by police in Ottawaki, however you say that. Innocent man killed by police in Wichita due to alleged prank. Now let me ask you, how many names do you know? How many of these names do you know? So when we talk about how black lives don't matter, I'd say, according to our media, they matter way more because none of these made national media for any more than 10 seconds. There's no light shown on this. Instead, the infrequent times when a black is killed, it runs on the news for weeks at a time. So what do you think about this, right? This is not a black-white issue. This is an issue with police. Now, mind you, this issue with police has been degrading over time. If you look at the amount of unarmed killings by cops over the last 20 years, it's slowly declining. It's an issue that's going away via body cams and other methods. So I ask you, how do you dispute these facts? But yet this is the entire narrative that Black Lives Matter was founded on. A complete lie. A complete lie. So that's all I got here. I just want to say, I keep hearing about this talk, and it is just so absurd to me. This talk. Every time you hear it out there, everybody, ask yourself, does your child know not to resist arrest just by the nature of his upbringing? And if not, wouldn't you feel damn well compelled to tell him? And would you ever feel like a victim because you had to have that talk? This is the most absurd crap I've seen. That's all I got. We'll see you next time.